Hello and welcome to the Mindset Coach podcast, the show where coaches and coaches-to-be tune in to learn how to integrate mindset coaching tools and neuroscience-based techniques into their practice and grow and scale a coaching business they love. Each week, I'll be sharing easy-to-implement tips, case studies, and business strategies that you can use right away to transform your own mindset and the mindset of those you coach. I'm your host, Lara Young, founder of the Mindset Coach Academy, author of 52 Adventures to Change Your Life, award-winning business owner, coach, and coach trainer. Tune into this podcast each Friday, free on all the podcasting apps, and click to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And remember, mindset is everything. One of the things that comes around time and again when it comes to building a thriving, successful, and profitable coaching practice is your credibility as a coach. Now, right back in 2020, I did an episode on this. I think it was episode 4. And I wanted today to really update some of the thinking around credibility and to really share with you the next installment in the Coaching Success Blueprint. When we are coaching, one of the things that is really important is that we do demonstrate our trustworthiness and our expertise. We want our prospective clients to believe that we can deliver on our promises. We also want to have the knowledge, the skills, and the experience that we need to help clients to achieve their goals. And that is really based on the proven tangible results that we help our clients to achieve. This is not smoke and mirrors. This is not broken promises. Time and again these days, we're seeing rhetoric online about coaches who promise the earth and deliver not very much in exchange for the amount that they're paid. And we really want to change that about this industry. As a coach, you really want to be out there working with clients, using your skills and helping them to create the transformation that they come to you for. You also want to, of course, be adhering to the ethical standards and professional codes of conduct in your coaching practice. It's an unregulated industry. There are no industry bodies that regulate the coaching industry. And, I think it's up to us as coaches to really embody and engender those ethical practices in what we sell, how we coach, and how we deliver on our promises to our clients. And a key part of that is really being able to maintain ongoing professional development and to stay up to date with the latest research and the best practices in coaching. I certainly am always doing that. As you know, we have our research arm and we've created the Mindset Dimensions diagnostic tool, the Mindset Dimensions report, which is based on that research. It's based on those dimensions of mindset. And I'm always searching neuroscience and positive psychology and all of those tools and techniques that I really help my students in the Mindset Coach certification program to acquire so that they too are able to maintain their ongoing professional development. And there may be things that you're doing that really help you to achieve that. And even just keeping abreast of the latest developments, reading books on coaching can really help you. Listening to podcasts like this one, really going to help you to elevate your skills and your credibility. And also, credibility is about building a positive reputation in the marketplace. And a positive reputation in the marketplace comes from delivering on promises. It comes through client testimonials, referrals, and word-of-mouth recommendations. How are you demonstrating your credibility in the marketplace? Because credibility is something that really is going to magnetize your ideal clients to you. Now, I think the days of some of the tactics are over, well and truly. If you're a coach that's sharing memes or inspirational quotes, then they don't kind of have the same weight as they previously did if they had weight. When you are sharing things like that, you really want to be able to add your voice, add your commentary, contribute. What is your point of view in relation to that quote that you're sharing? Anyone can post a Henry Ford quote. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. But it's what you write with it. It's your interpretation of what that means. It's you agreeing with it or disagreeing with it. that's really going to contribute to that conversation. We have also seen the increase of paid for articles, people paying to be featured in magazines like Forbes, for example, or paying to be in a top 10 list, the top 10 coaches, the top 10 business coaches. And also paying for awards. A lot of the awards that you see that people share on social media are actually pay to play. They're not awards in and of themselves in their own right. They're actually paid for. And so I think people are becoming increasingly aware of this. And what we as coaches really need to do is to undertake some of the fundamental steps that are going to help us to build our credibility, like having a clearly defined ideal client and niche, like having aligned messaging that resonates with our ideal clients, like having testimonials and case studies that we can showcase, like having qualifications and skills and experience that we can demonstrate, like having reliable frameworks and toolkits that consistently lead to predictable outcomes, like what I teach in the Mindset Coach certification program. And that all leads to a thriving, profitable coaching practice. If you've got a thriving business, that is one great indication that you're credible and you're reliable, that you're not open 1 minute and close the next. And so being able to do that and even having a bit of longevity in the industry really does set you apart in the coaching industry. If you're listening to this and you're a new coach, there are many ways that you can build your credibility. You don't need to have been coaching for 30 odd years like I have. You can build it in a number of different ways. We're going to get onto that. But all of those things are really important when it comes to building out that credibility in your coaching practice. And the other thing I think, in addition to those external metrics of credibility or those outward facing, those client facing illustrations of credibility, are actually the internal things. What's going on inside you, right? Do you know, like, and trust yourself? We always hear about our clients need to know, like, and trust us before they work with us. But actually, do you know, like, and trust yourself? Do you understand what makes yourself tick? Do you honor your word? Do you do what you say you're going to do? Do you honor your boundaries and your commitments? Because that in turn builds your self-esteem, your self-efficacy, your self-belief, your worthiness and your deservedness. And that adds to your inner credibility, your credibility with yourself. And also being able to really lean into your behavioral preferences and create a business that really works for you. You know, that adds to your credibility as well. It is no good saying that you're someone that can help other people to create a freedom lifestyle if you're working 60 or 80 hours a week. You really want to be a role model for your clients, demonstrating how far you've come on your journey, demonstrating your progress, demonstrating that you have achieved the goals that you've set out to achieve. And sure, you've still got more to go. We're all always working towards a new goal, a new vision. But if you can demonstrate that and demonstrate that to yourself and know that you're on this path, know that you have goals, know that you're working every day to achieve them in some way or another, then that is really about your own inner credibility and your belief in yourself. And the other part of this is your identity as a business owner or a CEO. You know, you really embrace that you're running a business. It's not a hobby. And again, that's an identity shift that often we need to make, isn't it? When we're in coaching, it's not a hobby, it's a business. It is a profitable business that we're running, and we're a CEO, we're a business owner of that business. And we have a responsibility to be able to do that and, you know, to ourselves to be able to act in a way that is credible as a business owner, a powerful custodian of our finances, a powerful custodian of all of those elements of our business that make it tick, that make it run along well, whether we're outsourcing some of them or not. You know, we're the boss, we're the CEO, the buck essentially stops with us. And so as we start to look at credibility, and I want you to really think about your coaching credibility, what we want to be able to do is to start to think about ourselves on each of these levels. So think about ourselves, our inner credibility, our credibility with ourselves, and our outward credibility. How credible are we to our clients, our prospective clients, to our peers in the industry, etc.? To the people that matter to us, how credible do we appear? You have a Coach's Success Blueprint workbook about building your credibility as a coach, and the link to that workbook is below this episode. I encourage you, if you haven't already, to go back and do the first workbook, do the first session, which is in the episode last week, which was all about your vision and foundations for your coaching practice. So for now, I'm going to assume that you have downloaded your workbook, and I'm going to take you through it. If you haven't yet, just pause this episode, go and download it, and then come back and we'll keep going. So the very first question on the worksheet is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not at all and 10 being totally, think about your wow goal that you defined for your coaching practice and ask yourself, how credible am I? How credible do I feel as a coach? And just fill in that space there. And then I want you to ask yourself why you chose the number above. So if you chose a 3, why did you choose a 3? If you chose a 10, why did you choose a 10? Want to learn more about how you can become a certified mindset coach? Head on over to our website, www.mindsetcoachacademy.com/coach certification, and you'll find all the information that you need, along with a button to book a call with me to talk about how you can become the best coach you can be. The next question is, what knowledge, talents, skills, qualifications, experiences, and abilities do you have that demonstrate your credibility to your clients and potential clients? Now, again, as with all of these amazing toolkits that we produce, I really want you to spend some time doing the thought work here. And you may want to come back to this time and again, because I want you to really list down all of that, all of those things, because that's the richness of everything you bring to the coaching experience, all of that knowledge, all of your previous experiences, all of your talents and your qualifications, you bring them all to the coaching experience and the coaching relationship. And this is really, for some of you, it may be that your experiences are that you were where your clients are now, that you have walked a mile in their shoes, that you understand it, you get it. You have done the thing that you're coaching them to do. And so, be prepared to kind of write down that in this box here, because, that really does add weight to your credibility in terms of coaching and your client. And you can share that, of course, in all of your messaging and the stories you tell, and how you communicate, how you help your clients to achieve the outcome that they come to you for. The next question is, where and how do you communicate your expert status? What words and phrases do you use regularly to demonstrate your skills, experience, and knowledge? And this can be really simple. So when we take that experience and knowledge from the previous question that you've written down, it can be as simple as saying, during my 30-plus year coaching career, one thing I know to be true is, or when I was studying for XYZ qualification, I discovered that, or something along the lines of, when I was first a single parent and I had 2 children under 5, and then tell your story. What you're doing in each of those sentence stems, in each of those introductory phrases, is letting your clients know about your experience, letting them know about your expert status. And write down, try some on for yourself that really do demonstrate and do express to your clients that you've been there, you've done that, you have worn the t-shirt, you get it, you understand it, right? You're in empathy. And it may be that you haven't had exactly the same experience as those clients that you're coaching, and that's okay too, right? In fact, many coaches don't. What they do and what you can do is to actually demonstrate your experience in other ways. By talking about the number of people you've coached, by talking about your experience in terms of that niche, the niche that you're working in, by sharing client testimonials and case studies, by even sharing articles that are relevant in your space. Okay. So then the next question is, how do you add value online? For example, what social media platforms are you on? Are you visible and showing up regularly? Do you blog, create videos, send a newsletter, or go live? What are you doing that is demonstrating your credibility online? And you may identify here that there are some opportunities for you to become more visible, for you to share more knowledge, more experience, and, for really making that contribution in your niche, in your space, so that people get to know you. And as much as you know, like, and trust yourself, enables people to get to know, like, and trust you as well. What opportunities are there for you to increase your credibility in a way that attracts your ideal client? Now, this is thinking about different ways that you can build on the credibility you already have. And it may be that you want to study. It may be that you want to add another certification to your toolkit. It may be that you want to start networking live. It may be that you do recognize that perhaps you want to do a podcast or start creating YouTube videos or more Instagram reels. Whatever it is, how are you going to increase your credibility? At the moment, if you're invisible, even just showing up online is going to make a difference to your credibility. Perhaps you haven't asked your clients, your previous clients, for testimonials. There's a great opportunity right there to reach out to them and ask them, hey, would you mind writing me a testimonial? And you can give them a framework. You can say, if you could maybe cover off these 4 points, which are, where were you before you started working with me? What was happening for you? Why did you choose to work with me? What's changed? What's happening now? And would you recommend working with me to someone else? Or what would you say to someone who's thinking of working with me? They're 4 key things that you can say. The next thing is, about gathering those testimonials, and think about what your client testimonials say now and also what you want them to say. A great exercise to do here is to actually write a client testimonial. You write it as though it's from your ideal client. It's an extension of the ideal client work. This is not for publication, by the way. This is not you posting a testimonial that has been written by you and claiming it's from someone else. This is actually doing an activity where you write a testimonial from your ideal client that is how you want your clients to talk about you, what you want them to say about you. And it's a hugely motivating exercise, because then you can start to think, well, what do I need to do? Who do I need to be? What do I need to have in order for them to be saying these things about me? And that's a fantastic, new coaches particularly, that's a great activity for you to do. Coaches who've been around a little while longer, again, as you evolve and grow and you develop your practice, it's a great activity for you to do as well. Back to our building your credibility as a coach worksheet. How will having a proven framework to help your clients achieve the outcomes they desire help you to run your coaching business and gain credibility as a coach? So if you're thinking about doing more training, for example, you may be thinking about doing the Mindset Coach certification program, or even joining one of our memberships that we have on offer, how will having that framework really help you to run your coaching business and gain credibility? And I'm talking here about frameworks for coaching and frameworks for business, like we have in the Credible Coach Collective, and things like coaching supervision and coaching masterclasses and business masterclasses like we have in our Coaches Success Accelerator program. So have a think about that. How will that really help you? One of the things I know that builds credibility really quickly is having that consistent process, having that robust toolkit that you know that you can reliably and consistently use your tools and techniques as a coach to help your clients achieve the results they come to you for. That's real credibility. right, is being able to help your clients to get to where they want to go from where they were when they began with you. And every time you have a client who gives you a testimonial, who thanks you, who you can actually see has transformed in the time that you're working with them, every time that happens, you have that feeling of being a credible coach. You feel, it fills up your cup, right? You know what I'm talking about. It feels amazing when we facilitate or help to facilitate these transformations. And when we feel credible, when we know that we can help our clients get results, we want to do more of it. And the more that we do, the more we're out there coaching, the better we get at it, the more competent we are, and the more confident we are, and the more we want to do it. And it becomes this beautiful loop, doesn't it, of we coach, we help someone get results, we feel great, we feel confident and competent, and we coach some more. And we bring that into our coaching practice, that inner credibility, as well as the external credibility that we can show our clients and prospective clients. So please do take the time to download and complete this worksheet. I know you're going to have some aha moments and some insights about your own credibility and what you can be doing to develop it further. If you do have questions, please reach out, lara@mindsetcoachacademy.com. You can comment under this podcast as well. I'd love to hear your feedback. And of course, if it's been valuable for you, please do share it with a friend, someone you know who will benefit from it. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye for now. Well, that wraps up this week's episode of the Mindset Coach podcast. Remember to join us next week for another episode and subscribe on iTunes. Leave us a review if you've loved it. Share it with your friends. And I really look forward to learning how you're implementing the tools and techniques that you're learning here. Mindset is everything.